You may have heard by now a lot of people in the spiritual world talking about getting yourself to being in the frequency of unconditional love. And this is my message from my guides too. But why would we want to focus on expanding our heart space and showing unconditional love to ourselves first and all of Earth? I'll be answering that question in this video. So first of all, we know now that everything is frequency. Everything is based around frequency. And through the coding that comes into our body and that is in our body, in which you can look at this, really, really complex, like I do, a geek like me, when I look at this, or we can just simply say it could be from the thoughts you have, the emotional state that you are at that moment in time, and the words you use or hear either to yourself or to other people that creates your form, that creates this current version of you. And it creates for you the world that you see outside of you. All of that creates a frequency. All the things that you do create a frequency. So let's take a look now at these lower scale emotions, the things that a lot of us are still holding our frequency in. And that's anything, what we talk about here, anything that makes you feel not worthy, not good enough, low value, insignificant, with all the emotions that go with these, such as things like shame, guilt, being angry at things and other people, or anything that makes you feel in lack of, scarcity, and in fact anything that comes under the umbrella of fear. Do they feel good? Do they make you feel enjoy and living life to the full? Or does the fact that even I mentioned these emotions make you feel so contracted and restricted? Of course they do. So let's face it, many people right now are holding themselves in fear-based frequencies. And when we look to the outside of us, we're witnessing the atrocities around the globe. Of course we are. And for many people, though, this is just sinking them further into a fear-based state. And this fear state can hold you hostage, if you want to call it like that. But when you actually understand that, after witnessing the events around the world and actually being aware that you might not even be in those places, but you're only getting part of the story, you might be just watching the news, watching media, or listening to media, so that in order for the whole planet to move away from these atrocities even, you have to be the one to choose to view this with a different perception. It is a choice how you observe the life around you. Because I want you to understand this, you and every single one of us, we are the creator of this life we have. So although we're not going to, in this video, we're not really going to get deep into your personal life events, your personal major traumas, it's just not possible, in this video and in this content, because obviously there might be a lot of you who would need help with that, with our experienced practitioners. There are plenty of us around who can hold a safe space for you when you choose to release all of that from your body, so all your personal trauma. So we're not talking about this today, but what I am talking about is if you start to clear the global trauma, so in other words, the collective trauma, this can lighten the load for you. You don't want that burden on top of the things you've got. Is that understandable? So what I can tell you here is that, you do need to be aware that the stuff that happens to you definitely is actually being created by you and for you. It's actually by your soul, depending what your soul's contract is and was when you were born, of what you came to do in this lifetime. It just depends what you need to do. So I'll leave it at that in terms of your personal soul's contract. But what we're talking here is just trying to clear the way of all the global matrix, if you like. So, and this is with absolutely no judgment. What I don't want you to do is be in fear of being in fear in the global I am here to tell you that it can be easy if you choose to just at least move out of this, move away from the thoughts about yourself, the thoughts about your outside world, including other people, that are affecting, they do create, cause and effect of your current frequency and therefore your current reality. So just understand that. So I'm hoping the words I'm saying here will allow you to start to think, I can at least clear out the clutter from the global, the collective matrix, the part that you don't need at all to be a party with, with these low frequencies that we're all creating in this matrix, in this grid. Now, if going back to soul's contract, if you are somebody who needs to be in that place to work on those things, it's a different matter. Those are the people, they will get the call in, they will know. But if you're somebody who is sitting on the couch watching telly and you can't be in the place to do anything about it, all you can do is come to a place of a higher vibration, come to a place of neutrality first, so you can just raise above it slightly, come to a place of neutrality, and then come to a place of unconditional love. And this will mean, as you can imagine at the moment, the Earth's current frequency, with everybody in it creating the matrix, it's a current frequency of fear. And what we need to do is lift this frequency. Again, if we are to ascend, you'll all know, anybody watching this video, you'll come to, you'll know, you'll at least have heard of ascension. And ascension is just, in essence, in a simple context, it's just raising our frequency to live a thriving life, not to struggle, never ever to struggle and just survive. That's not what we came down to do. But let's just go to this unconditional love instead. And so I know as well, I know it can be so difficult. I want to tell you that it's easy for you. And I know that it's difficult. There's so many things going on. And it is going to be, because we're all human, it's going to be a roller coaster ride for us to get to the new Earth frequency. It's a roller coaster for us personally, the things that happen in our personal life and the things that we're doing, things that are happening, what we would class as outside ourselves. And don't forget, we've all created it together. Okay, so what can we do? If we want to move away from the fear-based frequency, what can we do about it? So in order to change your perception, I'm going to tell you again, the very, very first step in this process, and it is a process, is to get yourself to a more neutral point. From this neutrality, from being the neutral observer, looking at the Earth, almost from above if you want to, you want to being neutral means, and just observing things mean that you can just say to yourself, with more like an air of, oh, I see this is happening. Let me just discern what is going on in the world for myself. And this is where you will do all your practice work to enable your field to be, to not be bumped into with fear, etc. And you can discern for yourself what you allow in. That's with practice. So once you get to the neutral, being a neutral observer, you're then able to heal the world, heal yourself from a place of unconditional love. Don't forget, that's like the unconditional love part is the second step in this process, all a process. So the other thing about this being a process is, I'm not saying that you just try this just the once and everything will just suddenly change immediately. It could do, because it depends on your frequency. If you understand, if you got the data codes from me and just thought, is that what's happening? Right, I definitely choose against fear, I'm going to choose love, then it can be quicker. It's quicker and quicker. Whatever you believe, as you know, is comes quicker, comes faster. But really the frequency needs to be completely there from us all, needs to be completely there. New neural networks need to be formed. So the thoughts about even yourself and the world need to be completely reframed. So that takes training, you know, training yourself to see you and your world with a different perception. I personally do this sort of work every day. I do this and other things, obviously being a practitioner and showing other people what to do. I'm not going to do it without me doing it myself. So I do this type of work every day, just to make sure my frequency continues to be elevated. Do things happen in my life? Of course they do. If anybody told you, any guru told you that nothing else happens to them, you know, they'd be wrong, because we are living in a world of duality and we just have to experience that. But things don't feel so bad when things happen, because we can manage it a bit, because we can look from the neutral observer and then elevate our frequency to the love frequency. I want to talk about love frequency. We can, we want to say, so you can start off, you know, with the, you know, say for instance, love of a pet, you know, love of a pet, love of a pet dog, for instance, love of a child. And it doesn't matter if you don't have a child. But what I also want to say with this is, because I've already had many clients say to me, that, you know, obviously they've had trauma in childhood, and plenty of people from the outside haven't had the love of a parent in that way. But we're not talking about that. This is where we're getting confused again about we're looking for things outside of us. And this is where we need to train ourselves that everything is inside of us. It's like coming in from source. You know, source it loves you and is you and is unconditional love. So that's where we're trying to get to, where we're aiming to get to. Hope that makes sense. In order to help you then, this is the end of the video, but in order to help you, I do have a meditation on my website for you to download for free. Just have to sign up to my mailing list, but then obviously you might get more, you know, you'll understand how I can help people, but you also might get other things for free as well, and you can unsubscribe anytime. So go and grab your free copy of the meditation is called My Sacred Heartspace, and it's from my website, from the homepage of my website. Just sign up and you can download it and use and just practice this meditation every day until it becomes second nature for you to be in your heart space, until you're able to become as well a neutral observer, and then into a frequency of unconditional love for yourself first, then for your family, you know, for loved ones, and for the earth. Do it for the earth, and that will help elevate the earth matrix as well. It'll help diminish the old matrix, the false matrix, we want to call it, and it'll help bring in what it should be. You know, I'm going to say the very old matrix, the matrix that it should be, the truth matrix, if you like, where we should be. Okay. I'm Julie May Allison, and download my free copy of the meditation from my homepage on juliemayallison.com. Link is below. Thank you.